We like to discuss problems with society here on the program. We don't like just to discuss them and just to go about pointing fingers. We'd like to try to come up ways of fixing them. And I want to talk a little bit about crime and criminal reality. And again, I'm not Mary Poppins, no spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. What I'm going to say, what I'm going to talk about here is going to be upsetting. And I'm sure many people are going to think that I'm out of my mind, which is fine. If you've got any better ideas, let me know. I'm a big believer that the definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting some sort of different result. And that's what we continue to do. What brought me to want to talk about this today is I saw this awful story. And again, when I see small business owners attacked and their businesses upended, it just makes me sick to my stomach. It was out of, again, Compton, California. And this guy owns this bakery in Compton. And I guess it's a common practice now where these criminals, these kids, take over entire streets, and they do drag racing and all sorts of things. And then they often loot businesses that are there. The Los Angeles Police Department says, well, we really can't do anything about it. We don't have the staffing to handle this, and we can't pursue any of this because it might be a danger to the public. Again, this massive thing, absolutely ransacked this guy's business, his store, stealing everything from lotto tickets to, meat scales, everything gone. And how do you stop this? Well, again, California's California. I mean, they decided to go to the left. They continue to vote in these left-wing politicians. I don't see any sort of change there. Again, the moment you think you're getting towards rock bottom there, it never comes. The issue is Sacramento, and again, all of these liberal DAs as well. So there's a couple things. First and foremost, if you're a business owner, and I know the laws in California are tough, you got to make a decision. Okay, you have to have some point in time where you're going to understand, is it worth the risk doing business here anymore? You're not allowed to protect yourself. Again, if I had a business like this in Compton, I most certainly would have an assault weapon amongst other weapons as well to protect my business, to protect my store. I know you can't do that. You end up going after the person that's trying to abide by the law. You're going to get more in trouble than the people that are looting your store. So what are your options? Move. Okay. At some point in time, and again, this goes back to the old Sam Kinison stand-up routine when they were talking about sending aid to Africa. And his suggestion was, stop sending them aid, stop sending them food, send them U-Hauls and tell them to move to where the food is. Well, at some point in time, you got to move where your business is going to be safe. And when the rule of law is enforced, you're choosing to live in an area where the police have basically told you, we're not going to do a frickin' thing about it. So, and I don't, again, people might be off-putting to these business owners. This is kind of on you. The onus is on you now. Okay. You know the terrain. You might not like the terrain, but it is what it is. And you write a nice letter to, the local politicians. I'm shutting up. I'm shutting down my shop. I'm moving to Utah. I'm moving to Arizona. I'm moving to Texas. I'm moving to Florida. I'm getting the hell out of here because guess what? It's not safe. Not safe for my workers. Not safe for my workers. Not safe for me. Not safe for my family. Goodbye. And again, that's been happening, but it needs to pick up to some degree. Now, again, I know the police are put in a difficult situation. I guess in California, you steal under $1,000, it's a misdemeanor. So why bother? They look at it that way. Why bother? What's the point? They know that they're hamstrung. At some point in time, people, we're going to have to, not wrong, I'm going to have to do it. You're going to have to compartmentalize certain areas. And again, No, this is not racist, people. This is reality. The people in the community, they want to live their lives like this. Why even send police in the first place? What's the point? Cordon off the area, and people want to live like animals. Let them live like friggin' animals. Let them live the way that they want. They want to go ahead and I mean, what are you going to do if the people there don't give a damn? I mean, why should we even risk the police going in there? Let them go and protect neighborhoods, keep the cancer from spreading to other areas and cordon it off. Now, I remember this was back in 2010. Drive time radio program, evening program in Tampa, Florida, and 2 police officers were gunned down, cold blood, traffic stop. And there was witnesses in this neighborhood in Tampa, and no one came forward to help the police catch the perpetrators. And I said right to my radio show, my call was blowing back. I said, cordon off the place. I don't care if you got to fence the frickin' place in. Fine. You don't want to help? We're not going to help you. Goodbye. No more police in there. They want to kill each other. Let them kill each other. You're not willing to help out? All right. We're not willing to help you out. That was my solution to places like Afghanistan years and years and years ago. W is trying to bring people into the 20th century, 21st century. And I'm like, why? I put a fence around these places and, I don't know, make it like Jurassic Park. I said, we're not going to change the way that they're thinking the way they're going to live. They're going to have to do that by themselves. And again, I know this is, sounds crass. It sounds mean, but it's a reality. And again, it reminded me, there was twice this past week, brought up sub-reference the television show The Wire. One of the seasons of The Wire was like season 3. One of the police chiefs gets so disgusted with the crime and the inability to stop the drug trade, he actually cordons off an area in Baltimore and brings all the drug dealing, all the drug users down to that area. They called it, after Amsterdam, they called it Amsterdam. And the police there, they stopped all violent crime, prevented the violence from taking place, but let the people do what they wanted. But the rest of the areas of the city, no. Vigorously enforced any sort of drug infractions or anything else and pushed it all to this area. And it was funny, all that the crime statistics dropped throughout the rest of the city until eventually the news media found out about it and blew the thing up. And the police chief in that case ended up getting fired for it. You got any better solutions? Listen, enforce the rule of law. Okay. Again, prosecutorial discretion. We have very soft rule of law in these areas. So what do you do? Well, I'm just offering up some suggestions. Again, doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting anything else different to happen is just plain stupid. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.